Alright, so before we get into this video, I just want you guys to know I'm no professional financial advisor. I'm not trying to teach anybody anything. I'm not trying to do any of that crap. I'm just uploading these videos just for entertainment purposes and just kind of like showing people my journey with my metrics for my results for trading. But anyways, if you guys haven't seen my last video, make sure you go check it out. So first I'm going to start this video off with the FTMO metrics from the account that we were working on. That was like literally last week. If you didn't watch that video, I broke down this account in a couple minutes, breaking down like what was going through my head through the week. So basically the account ended last week about right here. So at the beginning of the week, we just kind of went in through a drawdown. Like I didn't take any more trades on this account. I was trading on the account that we're tracking with MyFxBook. But basically we lost a couple trades and then won a couple trades and reached all-time equity highs, well, balance highs, I should say. There's still positions running from 2 weeks ago, but we're pretty much to the profit target, like literally $2,000 more, and we would have passed the profit target if I took more trades. I'm not worried about it. And then here is this for this track record for this account for this week. The account we've been working on for I think 3 weeks now. This next week is going to be the 4-week mark. So after that week, it's going to be a full month on the account, which would be awesome to see my results on that. But basically, this was the account that I was just executing on. Nothing changed this week. Nothing changed this week. All I was doing was just pretty much just executing. Like I literally was doing my normal thing, just kind of like writing in my journal. There is a couple things in my journal that I wanted to go over real quick, but we'll do that in a second. But basically, yeah, this week was pretty decent. I mean, Sunday was kind of shit. Like Sunday kind of rubbed me wrong. I probably made a mistake this week. With my trading, in execution, I didn't make any mistakes. I just kind of executed. The only thing though is I'm noticing that maybe London session is probably the best time for me. Like, you know, London session, only the trades that come up in London session and New York session, I'm figuring out that those are probably my best sessions to trade. Maybe I shouldn't be taking trades in Asian session because I'm noticing that the market will pull back. But on Sunday, I'm also still testing to see if I want to trade Sundays. So what I'm noticing with Sundays is it's like traps. So basically, if I'm bullish on a market, right? If I'm saying that it's gonna be a buy, usually on Sundays we'll get a pullback and it'll take out people that are in buys on Sunday who are, you know, kind of like me that taking trades on the Sunday. And then during the New York and London the next day, it'll just kind of like drop for that pullback. I noticed it does that rarely, but I haven't noticed if it's often enough to not be profitable over the long term. So right now I'm not worrying about it because overall on the monthly I've been profitable. So it hasn't been an issue, but like I'm trying to, you know, optimize now. Like I have my strategy, but now I'm like picking parts to optimize with my kind of risk parameters that I'm setting for myself to control my risk. But that was one thing I noticed on Sundays. But yeah, so Sunday we started off. It wasn't that bad, honestly. Like I took all the trades pretty much on Sunday were losers, like pretty much all of them. I wasn't worried about it though because, you know, like my ultimate goal in trading now is not like I'm not in that mindset of being like, oh, I want to make, you know, fucking $1 million tomorrow or anything. Like I'm not even trying to make money. Like what I'm trying to do is I know that the money's going to take care of itself. Right now, like I'm in that mindset where I'm trying to preserve my capital, and that's the mindset you need to be in. I figured out because when I started doing more research into risk management, that's when I really started to notice the money just kind of like kept flowing. But this past month has been kind of shit because of the new year switching over, all the bank holidays. So, and also it was the first week of the year trading this week, so I wasn't expecting anything huge or anything like that, or like, you know, I wasn't expecting any abnormal results in the positive or anything. I literally wasn't expecting anything because I know that my risk is covered, and I don't know how to explain it other than I just wasn't really expecting anything. But the first week of the year, we also had NFP on Friday, which was kind of like earlier yesterday, and then we had like a bunch of bank holidays this week. So this next week should be better. The year should start rolling in. Everything should be better. I've noticed this from the past couple years. Around this time of year is shit to trade, but everything should be, you know, smooth sailing from here on out because the new year, no more holidays, no New Year's or anything like that. But yeah, we took a big hit on Sunday, and then we started coming back. Pretty much we lost all of my profit that I made on the account, but like, like I said, I'm not really trying to make profit. I'm trying to control my risk and to make and protect the capital that I have. So basically there's really nothing that happened this week, nothing abnormally exciting or anything. I was just kind of executing my trades, and I pretty much ended the account break even. Like, I don't know why it's saying that I'm down 0.06%. Even if I'm down on the week, like, I really don't care because I'm down 0.06% on the account, which is, like, it's weird because it's saying that, that's my account balance that was in the account on my MetaTrader, but I don't know, it's weird with the percentages. So technically I'm in profit, but it's pretty much break even. So far on this month, I'm flat for this past month. So, I'm not really worried about it because my goal isn't, I'm not trying to make money, honestly. Like, I'm trying to protect the capital that's already in there, because if I go into the mindset, like, I've been in the mindset of, oh, I want to make money, and you're not thinking about how much you're risking or anything, and it leads to a big problem. So here's the statistics so far. So far I've taken 927 trades. Now, I have a 43% win rate with a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward ratio. I am working on a new risk management strategy so I can get that risk to reward ratio higher. My win rate will still be pretty much 50%. It's just I'm capping myself on my moves a lot. Like, I'm taking profit at 1 to 2, but a lot of the times I could just be trailing my stop losses and get, literally 120, 130 pip moves. It's just like what I did at first. Like, right now I'm in the optimizing stage. So, but what I had to do was develop a base to be profitable. And so that was what the taking half position at 1 to 1 and the half position at 1 to 2, it was just easier for me to develop those psychological skills I needed. And so basically I'm just kind of working off of that now. I've kind of mastered the basics for what I'm doing. Now I'm just kind of like optimizing it and kind of propelling myself, and ever since I've reached that base, it kind of feels like I've been on turbo speed. But I might be making an adjustment to my risk management next week. I've been doing a lot of back testing, and it's been working out pretty well in my favor with the way that I was planning it, and I'll go over that in my journal. So we have 43% win rate. So far on the account, I'm in profit 570 pips for the month, which is crazy. 570 pips for the month. There's my average win, 41 pips. Average loss is about 30 pips. I've used a total of 203.04 lots, over the whole span of me trading. But remember, guys, like 50 of my trade ideas, I'm trading 20 different pairs. At the current moment in my journal, I will be explaining a scenario like that I wrote down that I've been thinking about. But 20 different pairs, getting 1 to 3 different setups every single night. And I'm taking those. So that's about 60 trades, rough guesstimate, 60 trades a night times 5 for 5 trading days, 5 trading nights. 6 times 5 is 30, 300 trades a week. I don't take 300 trades a week. Well, I guess I do because, this account's 3 weeks old and I have 927 trades, but, I take quite a lot of trades. But I just view that as diversifying my asset class between my pairs. The commission, so basically, like, that's how much I've paid in fees, like the cost of being in the trade, the spread, everything like that. That's $1,015 I've paid. So I've won 43% of my long positions and 40% of my sell positions. So last week, this was a problem that I was running into. I was, sitting back and just kept trading, but I was going to watch to see if I was more profitable on my buys, like if my sells, like if they were just going to be profitable at all, with more statistics. But now I'm seeing that, both my selling and buying positions are pretty much equal, so it's not really a big deal to me. At the moment, I know that this was a bad week, so the statistics are going to be a little skewed to the losing side instead of the winning side. Just because I'm kind of like, I'm in a losing streak right now, as you can put it, or a drawdown. Shorts won, best trade, that stuff doesn't matter. The risk of ruin. So right now, just because I pretty much lost all the profit I gained, not because of like a personal psychological issue or self-sabotaging. None of that happened. It was just a shitty week in the market. that's what happened. I wasn't expecting anything because of, you know, it was the new year, and it was just a perfect situation for me to have a losing week. That's how I put it. So my risk of ruin on the account currently at this current moment is 99%. But I would have to lose 156 trades in a row, and honestly, with a you know, I've been averaging on the FTMO accounts about a 50, anywhere from a 45 to 60% win rate. Some accounts had 60, some accounts had 48, somewhere around that range. I still have a edge over the market, but you know, it's pretty unlikely I'm going to lose 156 trades in a row if I'm, you know, out of 100 trades I'm averaging about a 50% win rate. So it just, you know, the probabilities and statistics just doesn't line up there for me to you know, lose that many trades. So take that into consideration. It's basically just math. But yeah, that's pretty much the account. We're gonna take a look at the pairs now. I mean, like, as you can see, like, I mean, some pairs performed pretty decently. I mean, like, UJ at the beginning of the week performed pretty well. Like, we got a really good push. The rest of my USD, you know, all my big winning pairs, like all of the trades I've taken for the past couple weeks on USD JPYs have finished playing up this week, or playing out. We're getting a drawback. We could see a continuation next week, or a switch in the trend, creating a support here and then going down. Because this is a pretty expansive move to the upside right there. Like, it just pretty much kept going up, so I want to see some sort of trend reversal or something to make up that volume. We got a trend reversal on USDCHF, so that pair wasn't profitable this week. USD CAD, this one did pretty decently, but like, I didn't get a whole lot of positions this week on this pair because you see we just kind of like pulled back pretty much for the week, and then the last 2 days of the week we get like this huge down move, but you know, you can see it was a pretty ferocious down move, so I didn't really get any trade entries. Here, I mean, pretty much we reversed trend at the beginning of the week, and then we finished off the week selling, so that was a profitable week for this pair. Consolidation pretty much here on this pair. Pretty much consolidation here, literally no movement on NZDCHF. Here on NZD CAD at the beginning of the week, well, towards the end of the week last week, we got a trend reversal and a continuation this week. And I mean, consolidation, like you can see, like just some of these pairs were moving, some of them weren't, some of them consolidated. But I mean, yeah, guys, like that's been the breakdown for this week. Literally nothing interesting. Oh yeah, my journal. Totally forgot I was gonna go into my journal. All right, so before I end this video, I wants to go into my journal a little bit. I want to make that like a kind of, pretty much it's like every week I have a new idea that pops in my head, pretty often actually, and I'll write it down in my journal, and I just wanted to start including that into the videos, just kind of like the stuff that I write down every week or whatever, because this journal specifically is for trading and stuff like that, like the chart and risk management, and then I have another journal for like personal psychological problems that I have to deal with trading, so I can be aware of that. But so I wrote this one at the beginning of the week. Focus on back testing your pairs. Delete anything that's not break even or 50%. So what I was going to do this weekend was I was going to back test all of my pairs again, because what I had in mind was the USD pairs are really correlated, right? They have a lot of high impact news, and they have NFP. Every single month you have 1 week of NFP, because usually the USD pairs during NFP week will consolidate. Not all the time. Sometimes you'll get sometimes they'll trend, but usually during the week, more times than not, on NFP weeks, the USD pairs aren't going to move. So that's one bad week of trading for me. That is not worth it for the USD pairs, right? They're also kind of volatile, so you know, a 30 pip stop loss isn't much, and they're all correlated with each other. So you know, when those high impact news events, which there's pretty much a high impact news event on the USD at least 3 to 4 times a week, and it's usually like 3 or 4 days out of the week. So it's like, you know, there's a higher risk percentage of me getting stopped out of that trade. So it's just kind of like the USD pairs are not worth it to me, really, because if you have a lot of news, high impact news happening through the week, and then also you have 1 week of trading that's just overall not profitable, you know, it's like the USD pairs just, for my strategy, are not conducive for me. So I need to be probably sticking to the minor pairs. Now what that's going to do is give me less pairs, so that means I can up my risk now because I'm trading less pairs, so I'm able to up my risk on each position. And then also what I was finding is like AUDCHF has a different win rate than AUD-CAD. AUD-CAD averages about every 100 trades, I'll get about, well, out of 100 trades back tested, I have a 53% win rate. I have it all written on my board back there, but I've been noticing that some of these pairs just have a different volatile index. I mean, I've noticed that for a long time, but now I'm using it to my advantage, not using that knowledge to my advantage to optimize my strategy. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm kind of picking and choosing my pairs that I want to trade now, because I have a general gist of kind of like how they move together, everything like that. I'm starting to see that just because I'm getting more in tune with the markets. But yeah, so I might delete the USD pairs from my watch list. I'll let you guys know next week because I need to make a decision, but that's going to be through back testing for this week. Maybe I should trade less pairs, so we just went over that. So another idea I had was maybe I need to make another risk management strategy for moving my stops to break even, because what I've been doing is I haven't been moving my stops to break even. I just have two different orders at the same price, same stop loss, take profit. Half my position is take profit at 1-to-1, then the other half is taken off at 1-to-2. And so I just kind of like, it was another idea I had for risk management. I'm still gonna have to test it. These are things I'm back testing, but things I'm gonna be working on and just ideas for what I want to be implementing, stuff like that. Mostly for back testing though, to see if they actually work. And then what is this? I have my strategy written down. Oh yeah, that's some nonsense there. But yeah, those are kind of like the only things that I was working on this week. The biggest decision I have to make this weekend is to decide if I still want to trade my USD pairs. What has been tripping me up is that I see, like, because I keep looking at the smaller picture, because the USD pairs have made me the most money so far. Like, in terms of the gains on the account, in terms of winning trades, the USD pairs have played that much, but is this like, it's only been 3 weeks, so I can't really draw data off of that. So I need to do a lot of back testing, and I need to finish off this next week to be really, really sure. But I think what I'm going to do, because my FTMO challenge that I tried a long time ago, like before I even had a base, I wasn't trading the USD pairs, but I was running similar market structure strategy. And I literally went into drawdown because of psychological issues, and I got my shit together. This was when I still was, like, this was literally like almost a year ago. But I got my shit together, and then I pretty much came out of that drawdown. I was like I think it was an 8% drawdown on the FTMO account, like it was an actual challenge. And I came up and broke even on the account, and then I went into profit. And then I got a retake, and then I failed that. But yeah, so what I found with that was the USD pairs probably just aren't worth trading. So I might not do that this week. But yeah, that's kind of like it. There's really nothing too out of the ordinary, too special with this. Honestly, like this shit, like I'm gonna stay super disciplined with like uploading videos a lot, like every week on this type of stuff, just showing you guys, and basically just for my own personal gain. But yeah, I mean, this shit's pretty boring. It's just numbers on a screen and fucking charts and shit. But yeah, that's kind of like my results for the week. Nothing too interesting. We just literally broke even. I wasn't expecting too much. But what I took out of this week, was just that, the USD pairs, that was pretty much it. Like, the only thing I took out of this week that I learned is what I want to do, just something new, is the USD pairs, just to optimize, to put work into looking at those pairs specifically, looking how they correlate, and seeing if they're actually worth trading in terms of like high impact news events, the risk of me getting stopped out on trades. I'm gonna have to do a bunch of testing and research on those pairs this weekend. I'll be able to do it though, and then past experience also is gonna play a part in that. But yeah, that's been pretty much the video. Pretty boring stuff. But yeah, you guys know the drill. I'll see you guys in the next one.